What is up, everyone? Sean here, and welcome to another channel vlog update for this month of June of 2017, of course. And we're going to be definitely looking back on May, and I will definitely share my real life stuff with you guys. It is a vlog after all, so as always, I will do that. And of course, looking more into what we did in May, and again, we're going to be talking about what we're going to do in June. Well, at least what comes to mind anyway. It's always kind of hard to bring up every single little thing for the video, but I will definitely talk about the things that come to mind, which means it's definitely worth talking about. But anyways, so real life stuff. Let's get that out of the way first. I've been doing a lot of rideshare services as my quote-unquote part-time job. It's pretty much like my probably my primary source of income for right now. You all know what happened with YouTube by now, and basically advertisers kind of went the other way, and YouTube is probably not the best place to earn money as of right now. It definitely has been affected greatly overall, in my opinion. And I think the big YouTubers have it still okay. They're definitely not earning as much as before, but they're probably earning just enough to, live out their normal lives, not, this like very super luxurious life. But when it comes to the smaller YouTubers, it's probably much more tougher, such as me. And that's why I just want to make sure I earn enough per month. So that's why I am going out to do these rideshare services such as Postmates, Lyft, and now actually I've been doing Amazon Flex. So Lyft is not bad. It's definitely not bad at all. It's very friendly. Probably funny enough, it's probably the most friendly out of the three, because you're pretty much for the most part you're just dealing with three people, depending on what kind of car you're driving. But typically you're dealing just with one, and you're just dropping them off, blah blah blah. And it's pretty easy, and you earn an okay amount of money, depending on where you are, where you drive, how much distance you drive per fare. But yeah, so Lyft is definitely kind of like the middle ground, a very nice middle ground for me. Postmate is easy, but you don't earn enough, in my opinion. The problem is that they really don't give out enough, especially how much gas you burn out, the distance you have to drive sometimes, and from what I've heard, the tipping is not encouraged in the app, even though it's supposed to. You're a delivery driver after all. You're being paid per delivery, so that's why, in my opinion, it's nice to earn some tip. As much as I actually don't believe in tip when you're paid hourly. It's just this little thing I have when it comes to like opinions and stuff like that. Like, I don't know. This is my view on tipping. When it's like per delivery, per job, whatever, per fare, then it's okay. But when you're being paid hourly, then tipping is very, very, very optional in my opinion. But especially when you're working at a restaurant, you're getting paid by the hour anyway. So that's definitely enough. But of course, tip is nice. It is nice to earn. But if I don't earn tip, I still earn the hourly wage. So it's not like I lose completely. But anyways, that's a completely different story. I'll probably maybe make another video about that. But anyways, so yeah, Postmate, in my opinion, you don't earn enough. It just doesn't justify itself well enough for what you're doing. At least with Lyft, you earn a pretty good amount of money, and also the people for the most part are pretty friendly. It's they're really nice to talk to. They tell me I'm a pretty responsible driver, which is actually really refreshing. It's a very encouraging thing. So yeah, driving with Lyft, I probably would say it would be better than Uber, just because I know for the fact that Lyft does background checks. I don't know if Uber even does that at all. So probably why Uber has a lot more iffy drivers, from what I've heard. Even the customers I've driven, they told me that Uber is pretty shady, especially what they've been doing over the past few years. I think Lyft is probably the better ride-sharing app or service over Uber. But when it comes to driving for either of those services, yeah, definitely, I think Lyft is probably the better one. Riding with those services, probably Lyft, just because you're sticking with a lot more responsible drivers, more likely. When it comes to Amazon Flex, probably the best one so far, I guess, because you do earn the most amount of money in that rate. I mean. So how it works is, think of it as Lyft. You use the app to get jobs or blocks to assign yourself with, and these blocks are assigned to like time. So you're stuck to let's say for example 10 o'clock to 1 o'clock. That's like your end time. And once that's done, that's the end of the block. You're considered done for the day or night or whatever. So you earn a certain amount of money. I don't want to disclose any specific numbers, but let's just say you earn X amount of money, and it's actually a really nice amount of money for what it is for those 3 hours. So once you get yourself a block, you go to that pickup station, you pick up the packages, you scan them, of course, to mark them as you delivering them. And once you actually deliver it to that appropriate house or place, you scan them again and mark it as delivered, and you go out your way to deliver more packages, etc., rinse and repeat. Once you're done, that's the end of the block, and you're considered done. And hopefully by then you delivered all the boxes. Now, here comes a problem here. You're paid. It's like a prepaid amount for those 3 hours, right? It doesn't really determine how many packages you have to deliver. You have to complete per block. It's just kind of just a very arbitrary number or whatever. They just provide you a very arbitrary amount. Anyway, they give you a rack, and there's a bunch of boxes. You just try to stuff them as much as you can into your car, and you go out your way after scanning them, of course. But it doesn't really disclose any amount, so you don't really know how much you have to really actually deliver. But yeah, it's kind of common sense. You delivered this amount of packages. It's definitely not 5. I'll say that much. It's more. It definitely is somewhere in the double digits, depending on what kind of rack you get and what kind of packages you get. Sometimes you get a lot of the big ones. Sometimes you get a lot of the little ones. So that's why sometimes it may be easy. But sometimes it may be a little harder. Since you have more packages, that means you have more places to go to in that time block. So, but for the most part, it's all right. I think it's probably the best one. But it's definitely not the most friendly in my opinion, because as of late, the workers at Amazon Flex, the ones that actually prepare the boxes for you, have been a little grouchy about what amount you have to take per block. When I first started, they were a lot friendlier. They were just like, all right, we understand that your car is not as big, so we of course understand that you can't take these remaining boxes because they're too big or whatever reason, and they just mark you off and you're on your way. But as of late, I have the same amount of boxes in my car, and yet they're just like, well, you still have these boxes. Try to go find a way to stuff them in your car, and they're just like, yeah, you can fit that in your car, right? And you're like, I don't know. They're very pushy about it. But I'm not gonna place any blame on them. They're doing their job. I'm pretty sure the higher ups told them to do that somehow. So try to push that policy onto the drivers. So I understand that they're just doing their job. I'm not gonna really place the blame on them. It's just Amazon Flex itself. It's probably not as friendly as they market themselves to be. Amazon Flex is all about being flexible. It's all about doing things on your pace, right? That's at least what the video kind of indicated. But right now, they're just really pushing it, and it's to the point where You know, they should call it, you know, instead of Amazon Flex, like Amazon Elite or something, because you're, I don't know, you're like they're just really pushing you to complete these deliveries in those 3 hours or whatever. And sometimes it's really hard to complete all those deliveries in 3 hours, and you're just winding up coming back with a lot of packages back to the pickup station. It's like, what's the point? It's not gonna make things any better. So I don't know why, you know, Amazon Flex has to like really force you to take this many amount of boxes only to just come back, waste gas, and have to feel a little demoralized, and as you get them rescanned to mark them as, you know, undelivered or whatever. It's kind of a downer at times, but you know, workers work. It happens. Now everyone has a good has their day, and but for the most part, you earn a pretty good amount of money, so that's why that's kind of keeping me going for right now. But I definitely would not like to do this for a very long time, just because it is a big strain on the car in the long run. So that's why I am definitely still looking into a reasonable part-time job, whether it's like a warehouse, whether it's, I mean, I don't know, perhaps a grocery store, or, you know, anything like that. As long as I don't have to drive as much and I still earn a pretty respectable amount of money per shift, I'm all about that. As much as I love Amazon Flex for what it is, there are some changes I'd like to talk about if I had the opportunity to do so. If I were running Amazon Flex, okay, right now the payment is just by, it's like a very prepaid thing, like predetermined per block. Okay, so every 3 hours you get, you know, X amount of money. I don't want to disclose any specific numbers until you guys actually try yourselves. So you earn X amount of money. They're somewhere in the double digits, definitely. You earn that amount of money per 3 hours. And because it doesn't specify how many packages you have to take, people actually try to get away with something like 5 packages, which is actually really unbelievable. But hey, I mean, it's an exploit, and you still earn that same amount of money, and potentially you can get away with that. But that is why the workers are kind of pushing that policy really hard, and they become a little grouchy about it every time, you know, they see some boxes left over on the rack, and they're just like, you know, we prefer you if you can take all the packages from the rack, even if it means your car is pretty stuffed, to the point where even like the packages in the front seat, even in the front seat, will fall over your face when you make that turn. It's pretty scary. I one time decided to, I guess, stuff most of the packages into my car, and that was pretty dangerous. I would like to make changes to that, especially for someone like me who studied in a college about safety. I believe it's called the ANSI, and other safety organizations when it comes to like labor and stuff like that. I studied some of that in my college days, so I have that kind of mindset. So I do have that concern for safety for people. So that's why if I were to run something like this, I would not encourage that kind of thing ever. And also, I would change how payment works for Amazon Flex. So rather being paid per block, you are paid per package weight, net weight anyway. If you were to pay by package, people will try to, of course, grab all the small ones and earn a pretty big amount of money without, you know, shipping all the big ones anyway. And the big ones are just as important as the little ones. A delivery is a delivery, you know. If you do it by weight, that will definitely encourage people to take more packages rather, you know, doing by, you know, just like a predetermined number, very arbitrary, and people just can take any amount just to earn that same amount of money, X amount of money. And that's why if I were to do it by weight, that probably encourage, you know, more deliveries being done. You don't have to completed by the end time. You can just do it on your own time, as long, of course, as those deliveries are completed by the actual delivery time. So Amazon packages are actually supposed to be delivered from 12 to 9. So somewhere between 12 to 9 p.m. those deliveries have to be made. So it's kind of confusing at times too. If you look at the actual delivery time, it's like, why am I forced to get this done in 3 hours? You know what I mean? So that's why, again, it should be paid by weight. So that way, if you feel like, you want to take it back a bit, you can just take this amount of weight and you will get paid by that amount of weight. You know what I mean? That would be really cool. I think that's a really cool, smart way to do. Of course, those packages are already calculated by weight, so I'm pretty sure they can just take those numbers and come up with the amount for payment, and there you go. Of course, that will encourage people to take the heavier packages as well as the small ones. That's the way I would do it. If you do it by weight, cool. Again, if you feel like taking less weight, that means you'll get paid less, but you don't have to work as much to get those deliveries done. And of course, it's all supposed to be done by 9 o'clock. That's like the actual time to do that. Get that done. I think it might be 10 o'clock, but I'm not too sure. But anywho, so that's Amazon Flex. So I'll be doing that for a little bit at least, and until I can find myself a job. But although funny enough, I actually was given the opportunity to participate in like an interview / orientation event for, funny enough, Amazon. I will potentially work at a warehouse, and pretty much I will be doing, it's kind of irony really, doing the same exact thing the workers have been doing to me. So I'm going to be probably doing the same thing to the other Flex drivers / other delivery drivers that come in, and we pretty much be preparing the boxes for them to deliver. So if I can get the job, awesome, because it's actually closer to me than it is to the usual pickup station I usually go to. So that would be nice. It'd be a nice way to kind of save my car a bit and still earn a pretty respectable amount of money. And hopefully I get hired. So wish me luck on that. So that's been my work life pretty much. I've been doing all these rideshare services. Lyft is still kind of my backup. It's still probably the most friendly out of the three, in my opinion. Although Amazon Flex is kind of tough, it is. You do earn more money in short time, but if you work hard enough for Lyft, you can still earn a pretty good amount of money. But it is sometimes hard to kind of keep those numbers up, especially if you compare it to Amazon at times. But again, it's the most friendly, so I definitely would like to keep that as my backup. And whenever I'm free, feel like earning a little more pocket money, Lyft is still there. But for now, gotta wait, gotta go to that orientation, and hopefully I actually get the job. That does raise some concerns because I am planning to go to Evo, and hopefully if I do get the job, they will be flexible enough for me to be able to go to Evo. Hopefully they have a pretty good understanding and be nice enough to let me have those days off. But again, that's been my my work life, and hopefully again I get that part-time job. More on real life stuff. I actually been hitting the gym. So it's kind of started with my friends going to the gym, and I hear their stories and stuff like that. And Danny has been showing the most notable results. His gut is going down in size. So it's actually really cool. Really awesome for him too. He's of course the biggest guy out of the group, and seeing him slimming down is actually really cool. Seeing him being so motivated to do something like that, kind of gave me the encouragement to, and also motivation to kind of join in on the fun, and also I can benefit from it because I can definitely gain some muscle from that. I've been a pretty slim guy. I'm funny enough, the lightest one of the group. I've been really light in high school. I actually weighed around 140 compared to my friends anyway. It's not. It's like very average, at least for Californians anyway. Americans can. I don't know. If you compare everyone in America, it tends to kind of jump around a bit. Point being, I was still pretty skinny and light, and even to this day, I'm pretty skinny and light. Although I do weigh now almost 150 pounds. I weigh 149 pounds, so that means I gained 10 or almost 10 pounds over the past 10 years. That's actually really funny and kind of scary at the same time, because usually in college you gain 15 pounds, hence the phrase freshman 15. Pretty much I never got that, gladly. All my friends kind of gained some weight, gained fat, I mean, until they hit the gym, of course. They gained muscle and fat, for some of them. But anyways, not Danny though. He's actually losing fat, so that's pretty good. But I'm not gonna disclose any names. But anywho, point being, I actually went through a little like body measurement index thing called the Import at LA Fitness. It's where I'm hitting the gym at, and it's this big old machine that scans your body and it analyzes your body, and it measures out your weight, your height, and your body fat percentage. So I found out that I had 12% of body fat, which is actually really surprising for me. I thought I would be a little higher, since I think it seems like all my fat tends to gather around my lower abs, which is like a common thing, and also the hardest part to lose fat on, from what I've heard. And I'm not really trying to be hardcore about it. I just want to gain some muscle, get stronger, and do it on a more casual level. So I don't want to be super buff. I just want to keep more on the slim side. But at the same time, I want to gain some strength. So that'd be pretty nice, especially if I ever keep going with like these delivery type of jobs, or warehouse type of jobs. Having strength is definitely a benefit. So because I'm able to do this with my friends, it's pretty encouraging. It does bring up the motivation to consistently be able to do this. I tried so hard to exercise by myself, workout, lift weights and stuff like that by myself at my home, but I can just never do it. It's just, motivation is never there. I think one of the #1 tips I would say is try to have a friend go with you, because it definitely it makes a huge difference in terms of motivation. Some people can do it by themselves. That's that's them. That's depends on their personality and stuff like that. But I'm the type of guy that has to do it with a friend when it comes to working out. So or at least lift weights. I've been jogging by myself. That's like probably the easiest thing to do by myself. But when it comes to lifting weights, for some reason, I just can't never do it by myself. It's just, I like that motivation. So that's why I never really, truly gained muscle throughout the years. It just kept the same body type. What you see here is like pretty much the same from high school and pretty much middle school as well. Always has been that same slim, skinny, nerdy Asian. So... but at least, hey, I'm starting to hit the gym now, so that may change, and hopefully I gain at least some muscle. So we'll see about that, and you'll probably know by the end of the month, and you might see some changes the next time I do a channel vlog. We'll see about that. So we'll see how consistent I can stay with these gym workouts with my friends. So that's pretty much it on the real life stuff, at least the more important stuff anyway. Just work, part-time job, hunting, and gym. So there's that. But now, what we did for this month, nothing too much. Once again, I did make some videos about Sonic Forces and stuff like that. And coming up, actually, we will have a very special video with myself and the friends from We Have Fun. A very special video, very, very different. I know we haven't been hanging out as often because we're all busy, as I said before. So that's that definitely explains why We Have Fun episodes have slowed down drastically. But we still are, trying to get some stuff done, and hopefully we can get some more footage in the future. But we nonetheless have one video, very special video for you guys coming up. Hopefully this vlog comes out before that, and So that means the video can actually come out after this video. But nonetheless, it will come out soon, and hopefully by then, you guys will be able to enjoy it. And we, let's just say, put our mouths on the line here. Think as you will, and guess, see if you can guess right when the video comes up. So as you may know, I am recording this literally like almost at the very end of May 31st. It's almost midnight of June 1st. Funny enough, and June has come by very quickly now. We're already pretty much reached the halfway point of this year very quickly. Almost, we're, you know, before you know it, it'll be a full year with our President Trump. Nonetheless, it is June, so that means it is the month of E3. So, as you may have heard already, we are planning some videos for E3, at least one video anyway, with myself and the friends from Virtual Offensive. We will sit down together and watch most of the conferences, or if not all of them, for a reaction video, and hopefully I will be able to chop it down to make it all entertaining for you guys. And I don't know if you guys want to see the whole thing or just like a compilation of our good reaction for the conferences. Leave me down below in the comment section below. Let me know, please let me know, and I'll definitely take your feedback into consideration for the video. Pretty excited for E3, although I'm actually not going this year, unfortunately, because the credentials have changed for E3. It's a lot harder now, for at least for the smaller YouTubers, to get in. So it kind of explains why I'm not going, but at the same time, I'm not really bummed out. I kind of already talked about that in a previous video about E3. You know, I've already been there, done that, and it's pretty much going to be the same thing for this year. You know, swag, some swag here and there. Play new games, stay in line or get in line for like, I don't know, 4 hours or something, and play this game for like, what, 2 to 10 minutes at the most, and that's about it. I don't know. I think it would be pretty good to like kind of just sit back for now, for this, at least for this year, and you know, maybe try again next time, I guess. But I'm not bummed out. It's just pretty much extra gravy if I ever get the pass. But I think it'd be really exciting though for me to be able to sit down with the guys and react with them, have fun, just say some stupid stuff, you know. So hopefully this E3 will be pretty juicy and have for us to make fun of, and hopefully we have enough for worthy videos. So, also coming up, we will have a Tekken 7 Let's Play of the story mode with the Mishimas, and at their what is it, the turning point of their saga, whatever, and with Akuma, of course, actually part of the story. He's supposed to be canon, which still is crazy to me, super nuts, and I gotta check it out. Hopefully I don't get spoiled by then. I did manage to secure that a little early, so we will be able to for sure get that recorded pretty soon. So that will be with myself and Josh and Todd from Virtually Offensive. So hopefully you guys can enjoy that. We hopefully will entertain you guys enough for a worthy Let's Play. But I think we'll have a lot of fun with this story mode. I think it's going to be pretty epic. It has been pretty hyped up over the past months. So I've already was able to dive in a little bit, and the combos are so much fun. I just really want to do more. Once the game is actually officially released, so that way I can you know do streams and stuff like that. Hopefully, I'm probably just gonna lab it. I'm not gonna probably do online matches and stuff like that. I don't want to be a part of that community or whatever. Not that it's bad or anything, or comparing to other communities anyway, but still, it's online play. People get salty, people do stuff, and I don't want to be a part of that. So probably maybe a couple streams I'll do online matches, maybe, but otherwise I'll probably just do arcade mode and just lab it up in training room. Just have fun with the combos. It's just so much fun to do, and it looks so good, and hopefully we get a lot from this game, especially with DLC, the skins, or parts for the customization and stuff like that. And there are some things I like to complain about, but I'll probably do that hopefully in a review video. I know I've said this for like other games. Maybe I'll come around to do those, but man, I definitely would like to do a review video for Tekken 7. I've been anticipating this for a very long time, and it's literally days, just actually maybe like 1 day now. But anyways, it's officially coming out very soon, so I'll definitely try to do my best to do a review video as soon as I'm done with story mode and got a amount of hours for this game. Now, of course, when it comes to my friend Justin, we've been really a little shaky on the consistency, but we do have some footage for Digimon, so hopefully you guys can come back to it, enjoy it while we are still trying to finish up the game. It's been, oh man, it's been almost a year, probably a full year now since we actually tried to complete it, but we will do our best to you know, do our final stretch and stuff like that, and hopefully get it done by then, and hopefully come back to Kingdom Hearts and actually start editing those episodes for Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep at least, and do the rest of the remix, including what was it, Dream Drop Distance, and the prologue for Kingdom Hearts 3. So hopefully we get that done by the end time. But from the looks of what Kingdom Hearts 3 is going through, I think we still have some time, a good amount of time, in fact. Unfortunately, but fortunately for me, unfortunately for everyone else that has been anticipating for this game for a long time. Also, there is one game I did pick up. Unfortunately, I won't be able to kind of capture it or really stream it really practically. But I did pick up Voez, which is actually one of the eShop games on the Switch, and it's actually really fun. It's actually my first rhythm game in a very long time, other than Guitar Hero. I know I played that to death like a long time ago when I was in high school, and yeah, Voez is actually really fun. It's just a really fun game to play with the touchscreen, and it can only work with the tablet mode, so you can't put it on TV and play that way. And it makes sense because it's a touchscreen game, so can't really do that on the TV. So I don't know how you would be able to do that. And that's what makes it really unique, in my opinion. Also, the fact that you really can't fail technically. You just keep going and going until you reach to the end and you get a score. So that's like a really cool way to do it when it comes to rhythm games. You can actually practice that way and keep learning and learning and learning, and that way you can, get those higher scores down the line if you actually dedicate your time to it. It's just so much fun for a rhythm game for that price, and you get a lot of songs for 25 bucks, and I highly recommend it. If you really like rhythm games, it definitely is a game to pick up, especially for the Switch. The Switch is definitely dry on games right now, and if you love rhythm games and if you have a Switch, Voez is definitely something to pick up. Now, as I did mention Evo, I am going to Evo 2 for July, and hopefully, if in case I do get hired, I still have the time off during that time, so I would be able to actually go. But we'll see about that. And if worst case scenario, if let's say I do get a job, but somehow it won't let me have time off from that week, I'll probably have to cut some corners and just go, and in case maybe probably lose that job or drop it or whatever and quit, and and go back to Lyft / Amazon Flex. That's just how it would probably go if that were to happen. But I'm pretty sure I'll be fine even if I do get that job, because it's supposed to be super flexible for what it is as well. You can actually come up with your own schedule, kind of like pick your own hours and stuff like that, depending on the place. But I have my hopes up for that. So hopefully I'll be able to make it to Evo without any incident. So wish me luck on that part. But of course, that's in July. I'll probably be talking more about that. And so that's pretty much it for June, for all the major stuff that's coming up anyway. And also the stuff that we went over for May, and real life stuff and all that stuff, fun funsies. So if you have any comments or anything like that, leave them down below. If you have any, you know, thoughts, opinions, anything like that. If you want to, you know, do something to support the channel, all the links and information will be in the description box below. There are many ways to support this channel, including Loot Crate, Amazon affiliate, with the TeePublic and stuff like that. I do sell t-shirts. Wow, it's almost a tongue twister there. This is definitely not one of them. This is like an old t-shirt from College Humor that I got from a long time ago. But anyways, I do also make t-shirts. You can check them out in the description box below. It's teepublic.com/Hawke525. And you can also do Loot Crate with the promo code after clicking on that link. And you can also hit the Amazon affiliate link to activate my affiliation link, which means if you just shop normally, I do get a cut out of that, commission, because it basically it's telling them that, hey, I referred you guys to this site. So, by shopping on Amazon with that link there, I get a little cut out of that, and that's pretty much probably the cheapest way, or probably the best way for you guys to help support this channel. If you want, it's a very optional thing. You don't have to do it. If you want to, that's awesome. If you don't, no worries. All right, this has been the channel update for June, and you look back on May. Thank you guys so much for once again tuning in. Hope you guys been enjoying the content as of late. I know it's been a little drier comparing to, you know, a couple of years ago, but times are changing. But we're, you know, making the best of it, and hopefully you guys are making the best of it with the rest of YouTube as well. So, again, thank you guys so much. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.